Welcome to tonight's episode of Scripture and Superchats, where we unpack a members-only livestream that mixed outrage, monetization, and a mini-sermon. Brittany alleges doxxing, kids being targeted, and Kiwi Farms congratulations. Then rolls straight into verses. Matthew 7 verse 12, Luke 6 verse 38, and a long read from 2 Thessalonians. In this breakdown, I'll timeline what was said, show the key clips, and explain how those verses were used to guilt-shield arguments, sanctify the tip jar, and outsource threats to God, so you can decide if this was faith or framing. Harassment talk, profanity, sexual language. Think of the children posturing, Bible verses weaponized as an outro. Brittany hosts a members-only chat, gripe fest about Clue and brandy wine, swears she never involved anyone's kid, says she's lawyered up and the cops are looped in, plays large chunks of Jones dragging Clue as corroboration. All while pushing likes, memberships, and a legal fund link. Tone ricochets from tearful mom bear to Paul Rudd's "I'm gonna put my bit to a Thessalonians" reading. If you don't buy her story, the stream looks like outrage content with a collection plate. Setup mode. Open video, members only chat for peace. Translation: fewer hecklers, easier vibe, tighter funnel for gifting. Opening: long roll call plus apologies for being late, moving the office. The kids go back to school on the 25th. Her birthday's the 23rd. Earlier streams maybe. Premise: she says Clue called her kids ugly/stupid and pussies. Brandy Wine posted her kids' photos and people are celebrating her landing on Kiwi Farms. She claims she's archived hard drives of proof for police/attorney. The headline arc, her version versus how it plays. Her version: she and her mods ducked out of Pink Dagger's live the moment Clue's daughter appeared unblurred, on moral grounds. Then out of spite, Brandy Wine posted Brittany's kids. Meanwhile, Clue lies, incites, and threatens. How it plays on air: she spends a lot of time airing Jones's takedown of Clue, reacting line by line. It's less, we bowed out, and more, we're going to keep this subplot in circulation, but with disclaimers. Receipts are referenced, we sent Jones DMs that we left, but not actually shown to the audience in-stream. The money energy. Memberships and supers rain down. Shayna Machine Guns gift memberships. $50 here, $20 there. While Brittany reminds chat about likes, joining, and the gifts and go for attorney's fees, you can donate anonymously. She also frames critics as trying to isolate her by choking channel revenue. Whatever else this was, it was a high engagement night. The Pink Dagger/Jones section. Brittany's lane: we didn't share Clue's child. Pink Dagger's unblur was accidental, we left. Jones' lane, as played, calls out Clue's hypocrisy, says Brittany didn't share baby Clue, and Pink Dagger explicitly said the kid wasn't the target. Jones then rips Clue for the "I'm not raising pussies, my kid will kick your ass" routine. Brittany gets to launder the narrative via a third party, Jones, keeping the outrage hot while maintaining "I took the high road." The Clue feud beats Brittany's greatest hits. Clue is obsessed, dredged up Brittany's 20-year-old Crystal Burger job and allegedly peeked at the family ancestry tree. There's lots of "consider the source" whenever Clue trashes her looks or her kids. Threats and theatrics. Clue's quoted lines about "my kid will kick your ass" are treated as Exhibit A for irresponsibility. Brittany repeats she'd never involve a child, while replaying large chunks of the fight that keeps the kid discourse alive. Neat trick. The lawyer/cop track. Brittany says she's in ongoing contact with police and an attorney, that certain streams, including Clue's, are already in counsel's hands, and that KF-style congratulations posts amount to incitement. She does the "if anything happens, these hard drives go straight to police" bit multiple times. No case numbers, no filings, just "we've got the evidence." Whiplash watch, tone and content. From "they're endangering my family" to Paul Rudd chanting about his anatomy. From moral panic about minors to playing more creator beef with timestamps, quotes, and spicy cut-downs. From "I'm taking accountability for being late/sleepy on streams" to also "stop saying drugs. It's sleepiness, not methadone." From monetization pleas to scripture recital. Matthew 7 verse 12, Luke 6 verses 38 and 2 Thess 1. About God repaying your enemies. Then off to a true crime show on the main channel. Notable tells. Members only chat for peace, but tons of oxygen goes to troll comments anyway, even screenshots the rude ones. We left on principle is asserted, not proven on screen. Meanwhile, she stays in the meta conversation for an hour. Fair use righteousness while threatening to strike others for restreaming her. Yet she restreams Jones liberally. Convenient boundaries. Safety framing versus audience stoking. Saying don't involve kids, but replaying the segment that keeps everyone talking about kids. Algorithms love that. Legal vibe without legal specificity. The attorney has it. Police know everything. It's criminal. Zero concrete detail shared. The extras. There's a puppy just fixed, wobbly and cute. A burger ice cube hack she can't figure out. Duolingo Spanish with Craig, she's going to get him to talk dirty in Spanish. Classy. And a Crystal vs. White Castle nostalgia detour. Also, shoutouts every 30 seconds. It's community TV with a courtroom trailer. The exit. She raps on faith. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Reiterates her kids are beautiful and off limits. Promises she'll never show anyone's kids. Then bounces to do true crime on the main channel. Chat showers heart emojis and $signs. Curtain. Bottom line. This wasn't, I refuse to platform drama. It was drama with guardrails. The kind where you insist you've stepped away while handing everyone a megaphone and a donation button. If you already don't believe her, nothing here will change your mind. It's heavy on indignation, light on on-screen receipts, and perfectly calibrated to turn enemy clips into content. Here's the Bible roll call she pulled out. Matthew 7 verse 12. The Golden Rule cameo. Whatever you want people to do to you, do also to them. Luke 6 verse 38. The prosperity adjacent one. Give and it shall be given unto you. Good measure pressed down shaken together. 2 Thessalonians 1, especially v.6, but she read a big chunk 1:1:12. The divine payback bit. It is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Paraphrased/alluded, not cited. Vengeance is mine, I will repay. That's Romans 12 verse 19/Hebrews 10 verse 30 territory. Conceptual nod, not read, turn the other cheek. Matthew 5 verse 39. So, golden rule, give and it'll boomerang back, and a full serving of, God will handle my enemies. How the verses got used as levers, a holy grade manipulation. The scripture wasn't sharing her faith. It was a multi-tool. Sanctify the ask, launder the outrage and deputize the audience. Here's how each verse did a job. 1. Matthew 7 verse 12 Golden Rule, guilt stick. Move, quote, do unto others, after recounting how awful the other side is. Effect. Anyone pushing back on Britney equals hypocrite who wouldn't like it done to them. It flips debate from evidence to morality. You're bad if you disagree. 2. Luke 6 verse 38. Give and it shall be given. Sanctified tip jar. Move. Drop the go-to, giving brings return verse in a stream heavy on likes/memberships/legal fund asks. Effect. Donations become spiritually endorsed, not just financial support. Viewers feel generous and righteous. Convenient timing, no? 3. 2 Thessalonians 1 verses 6-10. God repays affliction. Threats but make them holy. Move. Read the God will recompense those who trouble you passage right after naming enemies. Effect. It signals divine payback without Britney making actionable threats. She keeps the heat while keeping her hands clean. For, vengeance is mine, I will repay. Alluded, consequence outsourcing. Move. Invoke God's vengeance to turn the other cheek, while still promising punishment. Effect. She gets the catharsis of a threat with legal deniability. Audience still gets the dopamine of imagined retribution. 5. Long scripture reading authority cosplay. Move. Read a chunky block of Thessalonians near the end. Effect. Projects gravitas and moral authority right after a drama-heavy, expletive-laced segment. It reframes a feud as a spiritual struggle, not a content strategy. 6. Kids plus Bible equals untouchable shield. Move. Repeat children are off limits. Then wrap it in scripture about righteousness and judgment. Effect. Critiquing her narrative risks sounding anti-kid and anti-God. That's not argument, that's a shame muzzle. 7. Karma swap absolutism upgrade. Move. Dismiss karma. Insist on the Christian frame. I don't believe in karma. I believe in God. Effect. Replaces a fuzzy cause/effect with an absolute moral verdict. If she's with God, opponents aren't just wrong, they're unrighteous. 8. Moral laundering of content. Move, we won't stoop to their level, followed by extended replay/commentary of the same mess, then scripture. Effect. The verses launder the outrage. Same drama now with a halo. Audience gets to feel pure while staying hooked. 9. In-group ritual. Move. Verse quoting as a group moment. Amen. So true. Effect. Bonds the chat as the righteous remnant, making dissent feel like heresy. That's audience capture 101. Spot the pattern next time. Bible after a funding push, Bible after a blow-up, Bible when receipts are thin. It's not devotion, it's framing. Turn a YouTube spat into a crusade and watch objections melt while the meter runs. If your receipts are thin but your scripture is thick, that's not a coincidence, that's strategy. Golden rule for guilt. Give and it'll be given during fundraising, and God will repay right after naming enemies. That's not ministry, that's message control. Stay critical, check sources, and please don't dogpile anyone. Analyze the tactics instead. If you found this useful, share it with the last person who said, "It's not manipulation, it's ministry." See you in the next deep dive.